But what is cost forecasting? Forecasting the project cost is an essential part of the cost monitoring and controlling. By analyzing the current spendings and performance metrics, project managers can predict the final cost of the project. Forecasting it helps by predicting the total project cost based on the performance trends. It ensures the alignment between the actual cost and the budget estimates, and it helps in proactive financial planning and resource allocation. How we can estimate the final project cost? If you recall in the previous session when we talked about the estimate at completion, which is the EAC, which is adjusted projection of the total project cost based on the project spending trends. And the formula here which we have utilized is the actual or AC plus the ETC. So estimate at completion, which is the EAC, is equal to the AC, which is the actual costs, plus the ETC, which is estimate to complete. And that will incorporate performance data like the SPI and the CPI. So estimating the final project cost achieved using the EAC formula, which factors in actual cost and the remaining budget required to complete the project. For example, let's say that we have a construction project, and if the actual cost of the project is 500,000 US dollars, and the estimate to complete, which is the ETC, is $300,000. So the EAC here can be calculated by adding both of the actual cost and the other, let's say, ETC, or the estimated to complete cost, which is 500,000 US dollars. So the estimate at completion, or the budget that is expected to be needed to complete the project, would be 800,000 US dollar by adding up the 300,000 as the actual cost plus the 500,000 as the ETC, or estimate to complete. And this provides the clarity on financial outlook and supports the let's say better decision making. What are the budget reallocation strategies? So budget reallocation is vital when certain areas of the project requires additional resources. Reallocating the funds, it happens by, let's say, finding a funds that is underutilized areas to high priority tasks. Also, you may align the budget adjustment with the project objectives. And these are the, let's say, strategies to ensure that you have an effective reallocation of your budget. So first, we said again to reallocate the funds from the underutilized areas to higher priorities tasks. Also, avoid reallocating the contingency reserve unless it's critical. Remember that the contingency reserves that we have set, we set it for the unknown risks. So when you are, let's say, utilizing these contingency reserves, ensure that it aligns with one of these project risks until less, let's say, these high priority tasks, which is critical, and you need to utilize these contingency reserves. How to track the contingency reserves that you have set aside as part of your budget? Contingency reserves are allocated to address these risks identified during the planning phase. Remember that to track these contingency reserves, you need to have a regular monitoring to ensure that these reserves are used in a more proper way. Also, avoid over reliance on reserves to maintain the budget integrity. Let's see here one of these examples where is an IT project. Contingency funds or reserves might be used to address the unexpected server outages. By regularly monitoring and tracking the usage of these reserves, ensuring that they are applied effectively and helps maintain the overall project integrity. Here are the common tools and techniques that is used when doing forecasting. So forecasting tools like the earned value analysis, which is the EVA, and the project management software streamlines the cost predictions. You may utilize these EVA or earned value analysis to have an accurate predictions. Also, you might again utilize the softwares like the Microsoft project or Primavera facilitates or which helps you facilitating the project forecasting. Remember always to use a visual dashboard to enhance the stakeholder communication and help them supporting you when you are taking a decision. Let's look at one of these real-world example when doing cost forecasting. Let's say that there's a renewable energy project. The budget forecasting and this renewable energy project, it has revealed that there is a declining cost performance index, which is the CPI, based on the trend. And that has indicated a potential overruns or budget overruns. And the action here by let's say recalculating the estimate at completion, which is the EAC, and reallocating the resources, the project team can reduce the final budget overrun. And this highlights the importance of ongoing forecasting in maintaining the financial control. What are the common challenges that you might, as a project manager, face when doing a forecasting? Forecasting can be challenging sometimes due to the data inaccuracy or resistance from the stakeholders. So the first here challenge that you need to deal with is the inaccurate or incomplete data, which can impact the accuracy of your forecasts. Again, the resistance to budget adjustment, the stakeholder concerns and fears can also be one of these challenges. So ensure that you have an effective communication and understanding with the stakeholders to support you when doing any budget adjustment. You might also have a difficulty in predicting the external economical factors that you have no control over. The importance of having a continuous monitoring for accurate forecast. Continuous monitoring ensures that the forecast remains accurate and responsive to the project changes. You, as a project manager, you need to regularly review and update the forecasts with real-time data. Also, you may utilize the variance analysis to identify and address any deviations. Remember when we talked about the cost variance and the schedule variance by, let's say, understanding let's say, the current spending, or let's say the earned value minus the planned values in terms of cost and in terms of schedule. Also, continuous monitoring for accurate forecasting by incorporating the previous lessons learned from the previous projects for your future, let's say, forecasting accuracy activities. What are the key benefits that you can obtain when having an effective cost forecast? Effective cost forecast enhances the project financial predictability, enabling the managers or the project managers to take proactive measures. And it supports the proactive decision making and data-driven decision making. Also, it builds a stakeholder confidence with transparent reporting and communication. To summarize our session on cost forecasting, we say that cost forecasting is a vital part of cost management. Blending, let's say, the real-time data with a proven techniques to predict the project outcomes, from the EAC calculations to the contingency planning, also forecasting, ensures that the financial control over your project and enables the teams to achieve their objectives. We talked also about forecasting let's say these project data or project budget based on real-time data with the performance metrics to enhance the let's say the forecasting accuracy.